So the Fantastic Four trailer made a lot of rounds, and a lot of people are very excited about this movie, including myself. I think the trailer was super amazing, but there have been some leaks that have come out, possible leaks that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So if you don't want to hear any leaks, you can leave this right now. But I want to talk about the leaks and rumors and to kind of hear what you guys think, give some of my opinion. So let's get into it. So in regards to the Fantastic Four, the leak slash rumor that's going around is that the about the Fantastic Four ending, and not just the ending itself, but that we are going to see a few characters pop up that we haven't seen in a long time, and that is the original Fantastic Four with with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba and Ian and Chris and that original gang. We are going to see them apparently pop up, and what a lot of content creators that talk to insiders are saying is that basically when Reed builds this multiversal bridge or whatever, he's going to be peeking through it because in the comics, he can peek through to other realities, and he is going to peek through one of these Earths, and he's going to see the original Fantastic Four that we grew up with, but back in the day, we are either going to see them dying or he is going to be in contact with them, and that we are going to see some type of interaction there in the end credit scene. And I'm not sure if they're dying to an incursion, or what, because I did hear another rumor that that Galactus will be defeated in this movie, and that the Fantastic Four might not lose, and that the way that they get Galactus out of here is by putting him in another universe. So I think that's also very interesting, and I mean it could possibly make sense because let's talk about that. So in regards to Galactus coming to Earth, the assumed reason is that Galactus is coming to Earth because of Franklin. Why? Because Galactus's universe is gone, and he's not from the universe that he's in. And the reason why he wants Franklin is because Franklin can make universes at will, and that's where the conflict for the Fantastic Four comes into play, because Galactus wants Franklin, and Reed's like, bro, that's my son. It's not happening. And then we're going to see their conflict happen, et cetera, et cetera. And so I think that it's going to be a very interesting story, but I personally wanted the Fantastic Four to lose, and I wanted them to lose because I was off of the assumption that their loss will bring them to the our 616 MCU, to where we can see them interact with maybe some of the characters, or even if the scene ends with them coming into our 616 MCU, I think that would be awesome as well. And I do think that would be the right move. Now, if they are doing a happy ending type of story, I would be upset, because then it would, to me at least, will feel a little bit like Deadpool and Wolverine, because where's the connection to the greater multiversal threat that is coming? And in my opinion, if you don't hint to us that there's a multiversal threat coming in the Fantastic Four, then what is the reason of doing this movie? Because yes, you want to introduce the Fantastic Four, right? But if you were just going to do a one-off story, and then we get one credit scene leading into Doomsday, then why didn't this movie come out freaking like right after Endgame or whenever? So I do have a slight problem with a kind of a happy ending, because I feel like with the happy ending, it's hard to hint into Doomsday, like unless if like Doom just comes in and one shots Galactus or something like that. I hope that some of those leaks are wrong, and that we can get something maybe a little different. Hopefully, something that we don't even see coming through. Because with these leaks of them winning and saving the day, I'm not really feeling it, man. I don't want to say it goes against the story, but it just doesn't sound very interesting to me. And from the trailer that I saw, it seems like there's something deeper going on behind Reed, because I do think that when it comes to Reed Richards, when he said, I stretched the bounds of space and they heard, I don't think he's talking about like Galactus in that scene. I think he's talking about someone else. And some people think it's the council. I'm on the side of, that is Doom. I think it's maybe some other more powerful multiversal being that heard him. And I think that's what's he's actually battling. I think that Galactus is kind of the mask of like a problem, but I don't think Galactus is the main problem. And I think there's a deeper main problem. And that's a reason why I feel like these leaks don't really make sense to me, because if that's the case, why would you show us Reed kind of seem like he's going through something deeper throughout this whole trailer? And I understand you might want to build some multiversal machine to move Galactus, which would be a smart way to take him out. But also, there's something deeper to the multiverse than what's going on. And that's where I'm kind of in this place of I think the Fantastic Four might not even be from the Earth that they're on. They might have accidentally gone to this Earth, and Reed has been trying to get them home this whole time. So I think that there's a lot of things going on in this movie that have been question marks. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of the leaks that have been going around. So we are going to see the original Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four first steps, they're going to have a happy ending, which I'm not really believing. It just doesn't make sense in my head. We'd love to hear what you guys think about it, though. Please have a great day. Stay crispy. Peace.